Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so happy to be in the kitchen with y'all today. It has been so long since I've been able to get in the kitchen and spend some time with y'all, and I'm so happy to right now. Like seriously, you have no idea. So much has changed in the last couple of months. I haven't been able to be active. I've changed the name of this channel from My Sistah Cooks, which I love very, very much, to Toni Out Loud. Do not worry, this is still very much a cooking channel. Still gonna bring you affordable family meals, trying new recipes, but just like with a little plus. So if you were here for My Sistah Cooks, hopefully you are here for Toni Out Loud, and I'll get into a little bit more as to why I decided to change the name. But tonight we are going to try to make some sweet potato bread. It is a couple days after Thanksgiving. I have some sweet potatoes left over that didn't make it into my yam, so I'm going to try to turn this into a bread, possibly for my coworkers, because my son is away at college, the one who really would eat this. So hopefully, well, not hopefully, my coworkers might enjoy the fruits of my labor. One thing I am not is I'm absolutely not a full-time content creator, and I take my hat off to all full-time content creators. I admire your dedication and your work. So with that being said, I need to sharpen this knife. I have a full-time job, and a very demanding full-time job. You can probably tell by the 2 cans of coffee right there. So this recipe calls for sweet potato puree, but I don't feel like boiling these sweet potatoes, so I'm just going to pop them in the microwave. Or should I boil them? I don't know. Okay, so about the name change, I do have a more detailed explanation on my Instagram as a story highlight about why I decided to change the name and the struggles that I had behind that. But long story short, when I created My Sistah Cooks, it was to motivate myself to cook for various different reasons. And I'm just no longer in that place in my life. I'm in a totally different place in my life, and I just felt like the name wouldn't grow with me in this next stage, and I began to feel like I was in a creative rut. Now, this recipe, I am not following the steps properly. Like, I didn't have brown sugar, so I just put some molasses and white sugar, which is basically brown sugar. I made a huge mess. You are supposed to mix the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients and then mix those two together. And as you can see, I did not do that. Don't do what I do. Follow. I think you really should follow the recipe, and I think that's probably why I'm having the problems that I'm going to show you in a minute. My oven is preheating at 350 degrees. My sweet potatoes are cooling in the fridge. I decided to boil them, and I have these two loaf pans that I'm gonna try to get 2 loaves of this sweet potato bread. Hopefully it is enough. I'm just gonna trust the process. A lot of times when I double recipes, it just doesn't come out right. So most of the time I would rather just like do it in batches, like make one recipe and then just do it again instead of doubling up the ingredients in one bowl. Like make one loaf and then go back and do another loaf, because sometimes it just really doesn't come out right and it's a huge disaster. Very interesting turn of events. These must be some oversized loaf pans, because I definitely did not have enough to fill this one and this one. So I think doubling the batter is just gonna make one of these. So I'm gonna get this in the oven and hopefully it comes out good. All right, y'all, so this was baking for about an hour. It is done. I stuck a fork in the middle. It came out clean. This smells so good. I hope it tastes good. This is a very good looking loaf of bread, but I always have these ridges, like the splits in it. So if you know that why that is, please let me know. Or maybe it's because I'm just not following the steps. This is good. It's still very warm. It's super moist. My husband just made a pot of coffee. It's like 10:30 at night. We drink night coffee. It's the end piece. What I like about this is that it is not very sweet. When I'm baking and using a recipe, I always cut the sugar. Sometimes I half it, but I always lessen the sugar. Mainly for health reasons for myself. And I just find that recipes today use way too much sugar. If you look at old cookbooks, they don't use as much sugar. So I feel confident in eating another piece of this with my night coffee. And I think my coworkers are gonna like it. My other son is here as well. He's gonna eat this too. This is good. All right, y'all, that is gonna do it for me tonight. I really enjoyed this time. I've been away way too long, so I really enjoyed being in the kitchen with y'all. I am going to get another slice of this sweet potato bread. I'm gonna get me a nice cup of night coffee. I'm gonna enjoy my night, and stay tuned to find out if my coworkers enjoyed this bread. I really hope they do. And I will see y'all next time on My Sistah Cooks. What's a habit? Toni Out Loud when I am doing something else.
We're about to start cooking mom and son duo.
Hey.
We're revamping these leftovers and we're about to make a successful meal.
And the sweet potato bread.
Yeah, we gotta add something. When we revamp, we always add. You feel me? We add something.